What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over, 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. I pray I could break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. And I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun. Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. So moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get.
So when I was thinking about what to do for the kind of next level and round of having a residency in Vegas, I wanted to do something different than obviously we did previously. Even though we only did like 10 shows the first residency, I knew we were going to do more shows, and I just really loved being in the studio while creating Where Have You Been, which is the latest single. And I really love those moments of being in the studio and getting to hear the music live, and even the moments I've had in my career of hearing like an orchestra in person, and you know, really feeling those strings and hearing those singers live. It's a different vibe that you get when there are no tracks playing at all. Like, obviously my band and I are always live, but you know, sometimes we have to fill out the sound with, like, there's not enough guitarists on stage to cover all the guitar parts, you know, there's not enough you know, pianists on stage to cover all the things going on. There's just not enough people to possibly cover what you do in a studio, and I wanted that on stage. So everybody thinks it's acoustic, you know, by saying studio sessions. It's not acoustic by any means. It's not like broken down kind of acoustic. It is literally, there's more musicians, and there's strings, there's horns, there's singers, there's more guitarists, there's just more everything to try and cover all these things, because I didn't want any extra tracks going on, any kind of extra sound. I wanted it all to be live and organic and what you get in a studio. And like I said, obviously we're all live, but like, you usually have to have extra stuff in there to really bring in that sound that you create in the studio. And you can't really travel with that. It would be so expensive to travel with that many musicians and that kind of level of musicianship as well. So, you know, being in Vegas, you get this opportunity to create something special that you usually can't travel and go on the road with. So I really wanted to create studio sessions, and when you hear this live, it just feels different. You know, everything is, like I said, always been live, but it's just when you hear everything, there's no unnatural sounds happening. There's nothing extra happening. It is just us on stage. It is just such a full, it sounds funny, but it sounds more full. It sounds more raw and like organic and just beautiful. And, you know, and even those, you know, moments that aren't perfect that you usually get if you like don't have strings on the road and you have strings and like tracks playing, that's not the same as like live musicians playing with you on stage. You know, no one's on a click track, no one's doing anything. Everything is really feeding off of each other. And really every night, it's kind of like Broadway in the sense of like every night will be different from the next night, just because emotionally people are in different spaces. You know, if people are tired or they have more energy or whatever, and you know, if they're feeling more melancholy, people play differently. And I want that. I want you to feel all of that every night. So every show will be different. We are changing up a little bit every night, and obviously doing a different cover every night, because we've been doing that since I've been touring. But anyway, so I was very excited to create studio sessions because we've never done anything quite like this before. So we decided to change venues because I thought the Coliseum would be a perfect venue. I wanted a kind of the perfect environment for this studio sessions, for this like all live, like just this whole organic vibe. And I wanted the perfect kind of venue for that. and it's just gonna sound so beautiful. I've seen so many shows at the Coliseum, and it's just the perfect venue for my vision and what I wanted it to really sound like, and I wanted it to feel like you were in the studio with us and really feel that energy of all of that. And the acoustics in that room are just amazing. So that was kind of the main reason for going to Caesars.